Okay, here's a look at my collection of the current mainline retail Autobots, which is basically the new Chug line. And this set is composed of figures from different series, such as War for Cybertron Siege, like this Omega, and the War for Cybertron Earthrise, such as Ironhide, Prowl, Ratchet, Blue Streak, and the War for Cybertron Kingdom, such as Huffer and Warpath, and the new Legacy, such as Skids back there, and Cosmos, which is hard to get, and also the Studio series, such as Perceptor and Cliff Jumper, and also Jazz and the Dinobots. So now what I want to do is share some of my thoughts on collecting this set and point out some things that I think some other people also noticed, and that's how Hasbro purposely does not make these figures the way they should have from the beginning. So one example is Sideswipe. This is the re-release, more in cartoon accurate colors, because the first one, the Siege version, was not quite G1 accurate. And the same thing with Ironhide and Ratchet. The Siege was not G1 accurate, but you can argue that it was definitely based off the Siege, and now we are getting a G1 accurate version, the Studio series Ironhide, which I will be getting in a couple of days. Same thing with Mirage. There was first the Siege version, and then this is the reissue. And also Hound, which looks like we're getting a Studio series G1 accurate version of Hound. Also Red Alert there, they reissued. Now I'll just share a couple of things that I actually did. I don't have the Siege Sideswipe anymore because I gave that one away. But here is the Siege Mirage, and this is their reissue. So, you know, this Mirage wasn't actually too bad. I don't know how you feel about the transparent blue, but I thought it looks nice. And then they reissued the this one, which, you know, some parts look more G1 accurate, but I did have to customize it, such as black shoulders and silver kneecaps, and also had to get the third-party upgrade set by Non-Nef Productions to have that shoulder cannon on his shoulder like it should be. So that's just one example. And also Ironhide, which I should be getting the Studio series in a couple of days. So here's another example how they first try to get you to buy their first release, and then they release a more G1 accurate. So I'll do my Ironhide review when I get that figure. But another one was Red Alert. I don't know if you can tell here, but I swapped some parts out here and customized it. So I swapped the arms and the legs, and then painted the shoulders black to be more G1 accurate as I can make it. But my point is, Hasbro is doing this all on purpose. Just their way of getting you to buy their reissues and retool, repaint the figures. But that's one issue. Now the other issue that's been going on for quite a long time are these mini-bots. So right here's Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. They're the new deluxe size, and they're not really quite G1 accurate, but close enough. And Cliffjumper is another good example. You know, their Earthrise version was not G1 accurate colors, but the reissue Studio Series, now it has the gray legs and forearms to be more G1 accurate. But the issue here is the other mini-bots. So what I had to do with this set was bring in the old figures. So this is the iGear bronze in the cartoon accurate colors, and the gears, which supposedly they were going to make a new gears, but they didn't. And there is no wind charger, but yeah, they did make a huffer. So in terms of this, the new deluxe size scale, they do fit in kind of nicely with these other figures. No wind charger. However, if we do a comparison here, you can see here Bumblebee is a little bit too big. And take a Cliffjumper here with his buddy Mirage and Hound. He's a little bit too big. So, you know, that's an issue I have collecting this set. So, you know, when I'm looking back at the other series, I mean, this Brawn, this is the Takata version. Look at the scale here. It looks a little bit more correct. Now you just have to get rid of this Bumblebee and bring in the old version of Bumblebee. This is the Takata version. But this is not really quite cartoon accurate, such as the black forearms. So, you know, I was looking, and this one's the closest G1 Bumblebee I could find. This one here is by Mech Planet Hot Soldiers, and I think that looks okay, especially with their previous wind charger. I mean, that looks pretty close to G1 accurate. And you know, I had to get the other missing mini bots, so thankfully there was Mech Fans Toys Huffer, and also the Mech Fans Toys Gears, and the Mech Planet Hot Soldiers Cliffjumper. So now I have the figures, and they are in the good scale, I think, in my opinion, compared to what their new mini deluxe version. So I'll just do a comparison here. Now you can see that scales much better, in my opinion. So that's a Season 1 mini box. And then, this is a difficulty I have also now. Season 2 mini bots. This is really a nice warpath. he is a little bit big, but when you look at him next to Hoist, think of that episode, that scale does look pretty accurate. However, Cosmos, as nice as this is, maybe just missing a little bit of the yellow trim on the chest, is a little bit too big. So if you think that episode with Perceptor, it's a little bit too big, but the previous version, I think it was Titan's Returns, Power the Prime, that was not really G1 accurate. So I don't know how I feel about that. But I do want to point out their previous Beachcomber looked really nice, and I did have to customize this, remove some paint and paint the hands blue. Also, the Sea Spray, it's just now we're running into that same scale problem here. Those figures should be a little bit bigger, or those two should be a little bit smaller. It's really hard to decide. And also their Power Glide. I think Power the Prime's Power Glide does not scale very well. So that's why I bought the oversized version, and that looks pretty good. So right now I'm trying to figure out how to resolve this scale problem. But I just wanted to share that and point it out. And of course, right now we currently don't have a new version of Superion or Defensor. These are the previous, this is the Unite versions, the Unite Warriors versions with the Perfect Effect upgrade set. Same thing here. This is really nice. But, you know, this also has a scale issue. If you see Superion next to Omega, if you think back to that episode, Superion should actually be a lot bigger. And so, that's where I think the KO by Jujang fits in really nice. Not quite cartoon accurate, this one, because he should have red visors. But here, let me just see if I can move this Defensor out of the way and bring in this Jujang Superion next to the War for Cybertron Omega, and you can see the scale that I was talking about. Now that scale looks a little bit more accurate. And I just want to point out also, here's Omega. His chest should be red to be G1 accurate. So that's the issue here. And also Defensor. They don't have bigger Defensor, but this is what I have. I'll show you, this is right now maybe the closest I can get to a larger Defensor, but he's still a little too small next to Superion and Omega. But yeah, that's just a quick look at the current mainline retail version of the Autobots, which is basically the new Chug line. But something else I wanted to point out. What is more G1 accurate are the Studio series. So these Dinobots are Studio Series. Not too many complaints here. They do look G1 accurate. Same thing with the Jazz, along with Perceptor. So all these other ones, the War for Cybertron, Siege, Earthrise, Kingdom, yeah, they're not G1 accurate. So trying to get this set complete to look more G1 accurate is really challenging. But that's just a quick look at my collection and just some of my thoughts on the difficulties with collecting this set. I should also point out, since it looks like we're getting a new Studio Series Hound, this one has the upgrade shoulder cannon by Non-Nev Productions. This I will be giving away. And the same thing with Ironhide. I will be giving this one away also. And also the Ratchet, which I don't know if you noticed, but I did have to kind of custom paint these to be a little more G1 accurate. Like that center crotch piece should be all gray. Same thing with his, should be all red. With the cross sign there. But these are now going to be given away. So that's a look at my collection.